Bitcoin cold storage wallet scams are on the rise, and this is going to happen as price of Bitcoin goes up in fiat terms. As the number of dollars you have to find to get a Bitcoin, to acquire a Bitcoin goes up, you're going to see more scams. You're going to see more online scams, more phishing scams, and we just had one recently with Blockstream Jade, a cold storage wallet. So this is a wallet that I like. It's one of the wallets I use. It's something I recommend. It was sent out many times into our YouTube, into our community, into our blog, which is in the description below. You can go click that and go see our portfolio allocation letter we send out each month. So go there, check it out, subscribe. And we send, a half dozen to 10 emails a month about pertinent topics, many of the written versions of our videos by our portfolio allocation letter. And we have our course, our Bitcoin beginner course, coming soon as well. It'll be there. And this is a scam that you can see there. You can see the actual write-up and some of my reminders to remember, but also the email exactly as it came in. And you're going to see this. Your Bitcoin should never, and remember, Bitcoin is up. It's up double. It's over 100% this year so far, year to date. And it's up 10% just in the last day or so. This is going to happen more. So be vigilant. Be vigilant. These are going to continue to increase. You're going to have these scams coming about, and people are suffering right now in this fiat debt-based system. People are suffering, and they're looking for any way to scam other people. So if you have the email, go check the link in the description here, the blog. Please go check it to see this email, because many of the emails will look like this. They look professional a lot of times, but just to see, do not touch it. Just move it to junk and trash it immediately, and just be rid of it. Remember, if you don't control your keys, you don't control your Bitcoin. If you have your Bitcoin on an exchange or on a hot wallet or something to that effect, or you're putting your seed phrase online somewhere, you're writing it down online, you're taking pictures of it or whatever, and it's on the cloud and online, it is susceptible. It can get scraped, and your funds can get flushed out of your wallet because someone can take it. There are people looking for those, especially, as I said, this is why I keep saying this multiple times. As Bitcoin continues to grow in value, in dollar price or fiat price, you're going to have more people coming after Bitcoin owners, online, these phishing scams. And this is why this is so important. It's very easy to fend off, but we have to be smart and vigilant about this. And you can see my response is one of our readers actually put our viewers and our readers here in the community actually emailed me and emailed me back to one of our emails here, and actually put in what the email was and said, hey, I'm concerned about this, what are your thoughts? And so you can see my response to them here as well. So this is, again, in wrapping this up, I'm not gonna make this long video, a couple good reminders at this time. Again, a good note for phishing or online scams is to look at the email sender. Who is the sender that was sending you that? Is it a legit email? Is it from the company themselves? This one was some fake whatever, networkforgood.com. It wasn't from Blockstream. The email looked great, but remember that the companies, they're not going to get a hold of you. No wallet company is ever going to get a hold of you about your cold storage wallet. That's not it. The cold storage wallet is there for you to operate within the protocol of Bitcoin. That's it. The cold storage wallet itself is just like a user interface for you to easily function on the network. They have nothing to do with it. The company has nothing to do with it. So that is a really big point we have to remember here. And in just online phishing scams in general, people get scammed on stuff all the time. Especially the older generations, they're not as tech savvy. Look at the sender. Does the sender seem, that's one of the big telltale signs a lot of times. Is the sender a weird sender? Does it make sense from the company? If it's not, get rid of it. So that's a really big one. Number two, Bitcoin is always going up in value. This is just a little throw in, a little bonus. It's always going up in value. You can see the log chart I put here. And this is one of the ways I was orange pilled the most a handful of years ago, realizing, oh, this isn't a Ponzi, this isn't a scam, this isn't some type of ridiculous thing. This is Bitcoin as a technology, because it's a discovery, but it's also a technology. Bitcoin's many things. This log chart is what blew me away and helped me really push me over the edge years ago and say, oh my goodness, this thing, it's not a bubble. It doesn't go up and then just pops and it's going to go down. It's going up and to the right forever. And the log chart really helps you realize network effect. Network effect is the most important thing, really. One of the most important, I shouldn't say the most important, but one of the most important things when you're talking about Bitcoin and the structure of it, and then the technology growth, the S-curve of adoption, etc. So go check that out, because it's a little orange pill I have in there to really help explain what Bitcoin is and where it's going. But why it's important to remember that, to see it's going to continue going up, and the scammers are going to continue going up, trying to fool you into doing ridiculous things. And then the third one is the link to the actual website to get the Jade. And remember, they will not get a hold of you. These companies will not get a hold of you, whether it's a cold card or a Blockstream Jade or a Seed Signer or whatever it is. They're not going to get a hold of you. And I have, it's not an affiliate link, I have the link there. You can go right there to get a Jade and purchase it. Only buy cold storage wallets directly from the manufacturer, though. Don't get it on Amazon or eBay or something like that. And make sure when you get the box, it's not tampered with. Don't, make sure that it's not tampered with. And actually, I'm going to get mine so wait, you can see it. So here's in the box, and you're going to see there's a holographic, little tape down there and stuff, and there's gonna be a wrap on it as well, plastic wrap. So make sure you peel that off, and that's intact. And then also these should not be split, and those should be intact. So I'm the one that split those and cut those, so that way I can get in here. You have to make sure, get it right from the source, and make sure that these things are all intact. That's the big thing. So make sure that you're good, make sure that that's good, and you shouldn't have any problems if you're making sure that this is done the right way, right? So very, very important. Your Bitcoin activity should all be done through your cold storage device. Really, I guess is the last bonus reminder. It bears repeating that the Bitcoin protocol has never been hacked. People talk about this all the time, like, oh, what's going on with Bitcoin, or is it safe, or things like that. Bitcoin has never been hacked. It's the exchanges, it's the people doing silly things with the seed phrases, or probably the biggest thing really is forgetting to write down on a piece of paper or a steel plate, and then putting it somewhere safe in the safe, or burying it in the ground, or wherever it is, or passing it to your family or something like that, or someone that you can actually trust with your legacy wealth, your generational wealth. You have to take that level of awareness with it, and that's why people get into trouble with it. It's easy. Bitcoin itself is very easy to work and operate. If you can use a phone, you can use a Bitcoin network, and Bitcoin itself is fine. The protocol is fine. Never been hacked. It's the exchanges, Mt. Gox, different exchanges. That's why we say not your keys, not your coins. Have your coins in cold storage. Take them off the exchanges. If you can use a bank app, you can use Bitcoin. It's a couple addresses, copy and paste, or a QR code to send these from an online website. Transfer your keys of your Bitcoin to your cold storage wallet, and then it's your bank. With great freedom and great sovereignty comes great responsibility. This is the merit and accountability. If we want a world where merit and accountability take off, and we have truth and reality come into the fray going forward, we need to take a little bit of responsibility with our lives and take back a little bit of that. We can't just outsource our wealth and outsource our thinking to banks, and outsource our time and energy to banks and to these overlords that we've literally outsourced them to for decades now. That era is over. That era is over. And the last thing, if you want a higher level of protection, the highest level of protection, and a more advanced version, you can look into multi-signature custody. That is where multiple people have to sign off on sending your Bitcoin. So it can be geographically dispersed in different wallets, and you can't just have one person with the seed phrase take it. You have to have multiple people signing off, 2 of 3 or 5 of 7 or whatever, 3 of 5, and then you're at an extreme high level of protection, and then digital and physical attacks become practically impossible to pull off. So again, with great freedom comes great responsibility. Be safe, be careful, stay strong, stay vigilant. I appreciate you coming to my TED Talk. Please question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself. Trust but verify. Trust but verify what I am saying. And this is not financial advice. It is freedom advice. And I'll see you on the next one.